Welcome back to Careful Boys. Today we're talking about Joe's life after dance.
Oh shit! Life after dance, man.
Yeah, that's the series.
That is the series. We've had this really fun conversation about everybody's transitions and stuff like that.
After dance.
So we gotta go. We gotta go to Joe's from professional dancer,
Dude.
But honestly, though, specifically the idea that like there was once upon a time where like the majority of your brain space, your work and lifestyle was revolved around like funny sketches, you know, like YouTube skits and stuff. And now you're basically David, so just cleaning up the bathroom
Scrubbing toilets.
but you're running this matcha tea company out in Hawaii in like the fucking most poppin' district, you know.
And it's the highest earning one out of all the Jumbis.
By far.
It's like,
And you're the happiest checkout guy I've ever seen.
Put in that picture.
Pop it in.
like how did you?
It's funny we're talking
Transition.
about life after JK on JK.
Yeah.
No, it's life after dance.
Life after dance.
JK is still life.
So the way it all started, it happened because I wanted to create a retirement system for everybody in JK and our friends. And so like, I was thinking about how we're like in our 20s and I'm like, damn, man, most companies have like a 401k or something. And then my kid brain was like, we got to invest in like real businesses. With all this like digital unsafe YouTube money, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So then my buddies were experimenting with different businesses. They basically retired in their 30s and they moved from New York and they're like, I'm bored. Retirement sucks. I want to do a dessert shop. So I was like, you know what? I think I want to create an investment pool with all of our friends here. And then maybe if all of them are influencers, we could just jumpstart every single business that we invest into. And then so, you know, they were a part of a franchise back in the day called Pop Bar. And then, you know, different other businesses we just all, you know, invested into. Me, Bart, David, everybody. So while we were doing JK, that was like something that was brewing in the behind the scenes. And then it turned into, hey, we're going to try different things and try to be a franchise ourselves. So they came up with other ideas. We invested into that. And then fast forward, it was kind of the opportunity to open up a store. So first brick and mortar. Before that, they were just doing this thing called Smorgasburg. And like everyone was coming to the it was like a farmer's market kind of thing.
At the row, yeah.
Yeah, and then they were testing all their shit, and then all of their concepts were the top 3 concepts for like 3-4 years straight. Oh, wow. Meaning
When they say that, what does that mean?
So
the longest line going out the door.
Highest sales.
Sick.
So they were doing a good job, and they're like, I think we have enough proof to open up stores. So at the time, we're like, great, okay, we'll have like 5 stores in LA, and then we'll have all this like, you know, investment money coming in. That's a start to our fund. That's cool. And then it got to the point where we're like, wait a minute, instead of owning these stores on our own, why don't we turn this into a franchise? And then it turned into that. During that whole time, peak JK. We didn't spend too much time on the business. We were like focused on JK. We're doing shows. We're trying to get TV shows made. We were fucking busy. Like I think me and Bart were probably sleeping 3-4 hours a night and like working 7 days a week. This was like, yeah, we spent a lot of time just full on JK. That was our full-time lives. COVID hits. Boom. And then we're forced to kind of, well, before that we started ending channels, but before that we're like, let's meet every 2 weeks because of quarantine, right? So then I got the semi-retired life. And I think during that time, everybody was so burnt out, nobody wanted to do business anymore. And I thought that I didn't want to do business either. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm so tired of business. Like, I just want to retire. So I just go off and fucking snowboard with all of my buddies, do whatever I wanted every single day. And something felt like empty because I was like, damn, like, okay, I'm having a lot of fun, but like, this is kind of boring, right? So what ended up happening is I did this like whole partnership with the mushroom farm. It was weird.
It was dope.
He was one of our first franchisees of Jumbi. So he bought a Jumbi on the East Coast. And then we became friends. And he goes, dude, like, so I have this whole mushroom farm. And he's like, I do wholesaling, but I want to now sell this to the public. Like, what do you think? And I was like, make me a partner of your e-commerce. And then I brought another buddy in, and I was like, what we'll do is we're going to start selling these kits. So that it's like a chia pet, right? I was inspired by the chia pet, and I was like, we'll do this grow at home mushroom kit. And once we do this, people will start to recognize your brand. We'll boost up your Instagram. Now you could go to Whole Foods, you could go to all these other places and be like, look at my brand. My brand is like recognized. It's not just mushrooms. Now you can up your shit. I did that project and I was like, I actually like business. I think I was like...
You reignited it.
Yeah. And I was like, it's not that I didn't like business. It's just that I wasn't evolving.
Business got.
Huh?
You didn't like how stale business got.
Yeah. And like entertainment was also like... It was just this weird place of like, we were mixing friendship and business. And like, so there was a lot of personal dynamics and like just how we built it. And when I got to do a fresh new start with different people, I was like, oh, it's not business that I didn't like. I wasn't burnt out. I was just like, I needed something fresh and like creative or like in that way.
Unnecessary anecdote on that. I remember that you sent me one of those logs so I can grow a mushroom and stuff like that. And then right before I got that delivered to me, like I went on a trip for like work and stuff, and then I came back, and then I remember asking Nina. She was like, "Oh yeah, you got this box from Joe." I was like, what is it? I don't know. I was like, "Oh, I think it's the mushroom thing," but like little did I think like, oh wait, there's something live and it's supposed to grow in there and be like hard, you know, taken care of a certain way. I opened it up and it was just fucking fungus mold everywhere. It was just like destroyed. And
So it's like Joe sent you dog shit.
yeah, low-key, I didn't have the heart to just be like, yo, dude, I messed this, because I didn't know where he was at with the business. You know, it's like a thing that like somebody's like passionately starting up or whatever. He like sends you a fucking thing. You're like, you know, treat it with respect a little, you know. And instead,
On the package just says refrigerate immediately.
Yeah.
sitting out. It was just sitting out for like 2 weeks.
But that was dude, I think we made like 150K in the first week of launch, and like we made really good money. It was unfortunate because what ended up happening is, you know, during COVID, the shipments, a lot of the shipments were getting fucked up, right? So they had a shortage, and if you fuck up an account with like Whole Foods or whatever, they don't work with you no more. Wow. So he goes, sorry man, we got to stop this side of the business so I could supply like the big dogs. Mm-hmm. So after that, it just never really recovered. But that was cool though, because it ignited this like feeling of like, dude, I want to do more shit, right? Fast forward to how Jumbi came to play. Me and David were in Hawaii. We kept thinking, you know, it'd be cool like if we do something in Hawaii. So like we could always be here and then we could just work on a project together. And then he was like, yeah, let's do spam musubis. And then I was like, oh, spam musubi, that sounds fun. I love spam musubi, whatever. And then he goes, wait a minute, we're invested into all these restaurants. Why don't we just bring one of those here? So I was like, okay. And that's kind of how it all started. And it's always been driven by a lifestyle decision, never a business decision, which was really fucking stupid looking back. Because I could have totally just lived in Hawaii without the bullshit. Yeah. I could have just lived there and enjoyed still working on internet shit, still created vlogs from my house, and then flew here, like whatever. Like I could have done that. But for some odd reason in my mind, you know, I had this romanticization of like, oh, I'm getting up, I'm surfing. And then I'm coming into the shop and I'm like, good job, guys. And then I high five fans and I'm like making a coffee and shit. And I'm like, all right, guys, see you later.
Isn't that exactly what you do?
Nope. Nowhere fucking
You've seen,
close,
refer
bro.
to the photo of Joe at the check stand.
Hands and knees clean the bathroom,
Oh,
dude.
dude. Back to back 7 days a week, 12, 13 hours straight.
Fuck.
Like,
dude.
I was like, fuck, I used to work like this before I made it on the internet. Like,
But owning it is actually sick, though. And
it sucks.
okay, perception wise, it's sick looking, right?
Let me tell you this.
I'm down for shit perception and just regular happiness.
Okay, so it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. And it's so funny because it's a stupid little tea shop and it's fucking cute. So it's not like a construction yard. You're full of guys with like You know, like you're not in a coal mine and you're like, oh my God. But I'm like, okay, it's actually physically fucking demanding, dude, because you're standing for 12 hours straight when there's no one there, right? And then there's like customers fucking talking shit all day. And then like, I'm not painting a good picture.
This is really good marketing as a business owner.
What's matcha? Ew.
Yeah. Oh, not only that, dude. No, there's people that come in and scream. There's people that come and fucking steal shit and run. There's like a lot of like really bad shit that goes down in the restaurant world that I have amnesia for. Because I worked in restaurant. I was a waiter. I did all that. And I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot. I romanticized it.
Yeah, now it's yours.
But there's on the flip side, the rewarding shit, right? Where you like battle something and then you're just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you not only come up on top, but you beat everybody in the game. And then you see other people around you kind of like not surviving, but you still hanging on and you still going. And you're just like, okay, I'm not sucky at this. And I think it's been the biggest confirmation of like, because I've always worked in partnerships. And I got a partnership with Jumbi and stuff like that, but they're more like an investor while I have to do everything. And I scrub the toilets and everything.
So good. There's not even a bathroom at Jumbi Hawaii. That's the joke.
But there is a partner that's more like an investor who doesn't do anything.
Sick.
But I think it's it was like one of those things where it's such a different industry from what we're doing. Yeah. Like I was so into entertainment that you apply shit that's a standard for us and you forget what it was like when you worked in a certain industry. Totally. And I was just like, I was in shock. And there's a huge cultural difference between working in LA and working in Hawaii. That I was just like, what the fuck? All right, when in Rome, bro. Because you got full-grown adults there that act like children. That'll pretend that they're sick. They don't show up. Like, hey, we got a meeting. Oh, I forgot, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? All right, hey, that's how they roll. But on the flip side, they're very forgiving. Very, like, no one's ever yelled at me. Like, you know how many fuckers in LA do raise their voice and, like, shit gets intense and whatever. But it's like, it doesn't work like that. Like, there's no tension. Everyone's chill. And I'm like, okay. So I think there's like a lot of things that I was like, damn, I think I bit off more than I could chew, especially when the economy went to shit and we had hella money. I had to pull out loans to get the construction done and I had no fucking income coming in for like at least 6 months. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to work and I don't know where the fuck the money's going to come. I don't know how we're going to pay back anything. And not only that, my bank account's going down and I got to keep pouring in money to the business to keep it alive. And then the thing that hurt the most is it was the economy and the lack of tourism. So I felt helpless there because it wasn't like I'm doing a bad job and my business sucks. And then then I could turn it around. But I think the hardest part is like you see Apple fucking leaving because they couldn't survive. And I'm like, Apple couldn't fucking survive? They're in my building.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. What about and then my friend who's in the same building, he just left. He was like, I was making $250,000 a month. I can't pay rent anymore. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, well, at least I'm hanging on a little bit. So I think these like personal battles that I fucking hate because I was in the fight, when I got out of it, the relief of it, and then the confidence that I got from
surviving.
Yeah, and then like actually making a good amount and then becoming the #1 Jumbi and all that. And I was like, fuck, okay, I figured it out. And then now, like, when other Jumbis are, like, going through stuff, I could walk them through it. And then now I feel like, okay, like, I can kind of empower them when they're in shitty situations. Because it is rough. It is hard holding a business. But I think there's so many things that I didn't realize would become a reward until I went through it. Mm-hmm. Like, working with fucking teenagers. I hate them. I fucking hate that shit so much.
They're all watching, by the way.
Do they watch?
Probably, and they know it. Yeah. But then later I realized, like, okay, there's probably shit that I've said that no one's ever told them in a good way.
Yeah, no, that's some of the best lessons.
And then, like, now that we've been open for 4 years, I've seen some of our team members become adults. And I was like, wow. Bro, like, okay. And they actually took some of the stuff that me and Hannah said. And I was like, well, that's probably worth more than money is impacting someone's life. And in some of these, you know, they go through some shit. Like after you get to know them, you're like, yo, you went through teen pregnancy, you went through this, you went through fucking abuse, your fucking parents are in jail. Well, we had times where we're like, all right, well, I'm gonna be in here. She's a teen. Her mom has a restraining order on her mom. Her fucking mom just broke out of prison and shit. She's looking for her.
What?
We're at the store, like, dude, like, all right, well, yeah, just stay here for safety. If you need to go to the office, just go to the office, And then like I'm just hanging out, making sure she's not coming in with her fucking abusive boyfriends. Like, so there's just fucking shit, right? That's like, I feel like, well, maybe there's a more reason than just money and success here. We're like, oh, I get to impact certain lives, and maybe if we weren't a safe working environment, they probably would have been working at the strip club or something else. Like, who knows? There's just a lot of human kind of like development stuff that I didn't realize would be a reward from opening up the business. Yeah. But yeah.
Congrats, dude. There's stuff we can't even talk about on camera. The fact that you have made this thing happen for as long as you have is insane. Like, you're the man. For real.
Thank you. Yeah.
One day, maybe he'll write a book on it, but holy shit, it deserves one.
Yeah. And, but at the end of the day, it's hella rewarding if you want to Jumbi yourself.